So today in this video we discuss about the three-phase induction motor. The three-phase induction motor are the most widely machine in the industry, and the three-phase induction motor are constant speed from no load to full load also. So and the speed is actually frequency dependent. So it is not easy to control the speed. So usually we are using DC motor where the large speed variations are required. In that case we are generally used DC motors. Three-phase induction motor are simple, low priced, easy to maintain, and can be manufactured with characteristics to suit most industrial requirements. So now, like other electrical motor, three-phase induction motor has the two main parts. The number one is stator. So these are the stator winding. Actually, the stator consists of the steel frame. We are generally using silicon steel. So these are the stator frame, as you can see here, and generally we are using thin lamination of silicon steel to reduce the hysteresis and eddy current loss. We know that what is hysteresis and eddy current loss. So with the help of the laminations we are reducing the hysteresis and eddy current loss. So and the insulated conductors are placed in the stator slots, and it is also connected in star or delta according to the rating of the motor. And the stator core fits in the cast iron stator frame in the outer side. So these are the stator. Next we discuss about the rotor. The induction motor has the two types of rotor, that is number A is squirrel cage, rotor, and B is wound rotor. So both types of rotor makes use of cylindrical laminated rotor core fitted in the shaft in the center. In the center the rotor are placed. So the squirrel cage type, the rotor winding consists of uninsulated conductors in the form of copper or aluminum bars. We are generally we can either using copper or the aluminum bars placed in the slots. These slots bar are short circuited both ends by the end rings. We will draw the squirrel cage motor for the better understanding. So as we can see that these are the squirrel cage motor, and here if the rotor core, rotor bars and end rings are not there, so it will be look like a cage of the squirrel, and hence the name is suggested, squirrel cage induction motor. So all the bars are joined at each end by the metal rings is called end rings. As you can see here, these are the end rings. This form a permanently short circuited winding. Okay, so the entire construction is look like a squirrel cage. Now we describe about the wound rotor. It is generally consists a cylindrical core and carries a three-phase winding similar to the one of the stator, and the rotor winding is uniformly distributed in the slots, and usually it is star connected. The open end of the rotor windings are brought out and joined to the three insulated slip rings mounted on the rotor shaft, and with one brass resting on the each slip rings. So we'll draw the rotor winding. So here these are the our wound rotor, and these both rotors are placed in the hollow cylindrical stator core. It is inserted in the stator frame, just middle of the stator frame. So these are the our basic construction of the induction motor. So next we discuss about the operating principle. So thank you.